Hi, Auntie Angel here, coming at you with a little bit of, is it clarity? I think it might be. I'm thinking about clarity. Anyhow, I was thinking actually about vision and how sometimes when I say I have vision or I can see things, I think that people interpret that to mean that I'm talking some kind of woo woo, kind of like I can see into the future. I can see things that other people can't see, or I can see, you know, the energy of things. And I would say I do have a sense about the energy of things sometimes that maybe not everyone has, although I would also pose that I think we all do have it to various degrees. Like it's at various degrees that we've cultivated this sense, I would say. And that is not what I'm talking about most of the time when I say that I have true sight or sharp sight or a broad vision, or that I can see things that it seems like others can't see. What I'm actually talking about is clarity. And I was reflecting on this morning as I was thinking about a friend of mine who's going through some things, and how easy it is to see from the outside perspective of often it's easy to look at someone else's life and see how they're getting in their own way. And I think we probably all had this experience where someone else that we often it's someone we know and love, or maybe it's someone famous that we don't know at all or even like, but in many cases we can see someone else's struggle and see how they're creating that struggle, or see how they're getting in their own way or making that struggle worse, or propagating their own mess. Hey, this is my mess. I built it all myself. And I think we forget that about ourselves, and we tend to get look around. I'm not sure why this happens, where we look around at our own mess that we've created and we go like, how did I get here? Who's done this to me? Whose fault is it? And we look to, we say, look what you made me do. We like to look for anyone, including God or the universe or people we love, our parents, our children, our pets, the government. That's one of my personal favorites. We find something else to blame for our own circumstances, our own internal state of coherence or uncoherence, when the truth is that state of internal coherence or incoherence is ours to cultivate. Now, I will, little pinky finger asterisk, say that often we're not really aware of that. And in our current culture, our current society, there are a lot of things in place to domesticate our thinking and to put programs in that are other people's ideals and ideas, and so leads us to this fairly conflicted existence, I think, for many of us, where our internal coherence is is out of alignment, or not coherent with, not harmonious with the external environment that we're in. Um, and for me, having struggled with this a lot, as recent as yesterday, or maybe even today, the reason I'm making this video is I'm actually feeling much more calm and coherent today than I was yesterday. And in my life, I'm about to be 52, and so I've been through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of cycles. And in that, I've become, increasingly aware. It keeps reaffirming itself that there are these cycles, that there are ups and downs, and that ultimately my ability to navigate these cycles in a joyful, productive, feel good kind of way is completely dependent on my ability to maintain this internal coherence, this internal alignment, this internal okayness, this internal calm. And bringing that back around to where I started about clarity and calm, for me, when I am in that state, I am able to see things in my own life and in other people's lives much more clearly. And it gives me this confidence to be able to say things like, I can see clearly, or I have a vision for the future, or I can see things, like see through a person's story and see the foundational underlying problem or cause, or the root disruption, which usually boils down to one of those basics of like, I'm not worthy or I'm not enough. Those are pretty much, I think maybe they all boil down to basically the one: I feel disconnected, I can't see, things are turbulent and unclear. And so I have been working, and I am excited to feel myself diving more deeply into some work that's really about getting to that fundamental place. I'm using this because lately the imagery that's been coming to me around this is even though I use the spiral imagery a lot and it resonates with me greatly, the circle of life, the image that's been coming to me with regards to this sense of clarity is closer to the image of an eye, I think, where there's an iris, there's a pupil and an iris, and I would be the pupil of my own vision, right? My own sight at the center, not in the way that often comes across as in I'm self-centered or I'm only focusing on myself, but in acknowledging that if I focus on calming this center, becoming coherent in the center, getting the capacity to have a clear sight out of this center, then it actually reverberates out and creates more coherence and clarity in the concentric rings moving outward from me into my family, into my society, my community, into the whole earth and this entire existence. That's the sense that I get and what I'm focusing on lately, and the work that I'm really excited to be diving into in this next phase of my life, as I see that when I can gain that sense of coherence and clarity and calm in my body, then I'm able to be a conduit for so much more. And um, yeah, I'm just able to navigate the turbulence and storms and whatever comes up in this life, celebrations and challenges. All of it is more enjoyable and more insightful, more full, more whole, more healthy, more well, when I start with this center point of like anchoring myself to my own calm and coherence. Let me know what you think of that. I know that was a little bit all over the place, maybe a little woo woo. This thought process started this morning, or got reactivated this morning when I was talking to a friend of mine about life and death, because we had a couple of friends of ours pass away recently, which is something that happens more and more often the older you get. And yeah, in reflecting on that, I was just really struck by how important it is to keep coming back to that coherence center, and then looking out, and then letting people look in, gaining that reverberative back and forth exchange of insights is so much more productive and healthy and vibrant when we start from a place of okay in ourselves. Better than okay. Great. Coherent. In tune. Aligned. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for being you, and let me be me. I'm out here on this wellness journey. I like to be your wellness warrior. I welcome your questions and comments. I hope that something that I have to offer is helpful to you, and I really appreciate it if you let me know if it is, or if you let me know how you see that I might do a better job of that. Check out the description if you want to connect with me or support me in any way. And thank you if you do. And as always, until next time, stay free. Ciao.